लुट दादी महकना कायो गोवाला बाला संग देनु चरायो लुट दादी महकना कायो गोवाला बाला संग देनु चरायो ऐसे लीला दाम को मेरे बार बार प्रणाम है कृष्णा जिनका नाम है गोकुल जिनका धाम है ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरे बार बार प्रणाम है जो पद सुत को लाज बचायो कहा से गज को बंद छुड़ायो जो पद सुत को लाज बचायो कहा से गज को बंद छुड़ायो ऐसे कृपा दाम को मेरे बार बार प्रणाम है कृष्णा जिनका नाम है गोकुल जिनका धाम है ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरे बार बार प्रणाम है कुरु पांडव को युद्ध मचायो अर्जुन को उपदेश सुनायो कुरु पांडव को युद्ध मचायो अर्जुन को उपदेश सुनायो ऐसे दीनानाथ को मेरे बार बार प्रणाम है कृष्णा जिनका नाम है गोकुल जिनका धाम है ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरे बार बार प्रणाम है बजुरे भज गोविंद गोपाल हरे बजुरे भज गोविंद गोपाल हरे भज गोविंद गोपाल हरे राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद राधे गोपाल राधे गोपाल राधे गोपाल राधे गोपाल ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरे बार बार प्रणाम है जिनका नाम है गोकुल जिनका नाम है ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरे बार बार प्रणाम है। भजरे भज गोविंद गोपाल हरे भज गोविंद गोपाल हरे भजरे Hare Bhaj Govind Radhe Govinda 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 ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरे बार बार प्रणाम है। कृष्णा जिनका नाम है गोकुल जिनका धाम है ऐसे श्री भगवान को मेरे बार बार प्रणाम है। बार बार प्रणाम है। बार बार प्रणाम है। बार बार प्रणाम है। And this is a very beautiful Hindi, traditional Hindi bhajan about Lord Krishna. And it says, his name is Krishna. His abode is Gokula. Unto such a supreme personality of Godhead, I offer my most humble obeisances again and again. His mother is Yasoda and father Nandaji. Unto such a cowherd boy named Gopala, I offer my most humble obeisances again and again. He is the beloved of Radha, and his illusory energy is very amazing. Unto he whose splendorous complexion is the color of a fresh rain cloud, I offer my most humble obeisances again and again. He sneaks around to steal yogurt and butter, then hides to eat it, and he tends the cows in the company of his cowherd boyfriends. Unto he who is the reservoir of playful pastimes, I offer my most humble obeisances again and again. He prevented the dishonoring of the daughter of Draupada, and he delivered the elephant Gajendra from the grasp of the alligator. Unto he who is the abode of all compassion, I offer my most humble obeisances again and again. He caused a great war, divine instructions of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna on the battlefield. Unto he who is the Lord of all the helpless fallen souls, I offer my most humble obeisances again and again. Gaura Premanandi Haribo, Haribo. Haribo, can you translate this? He'll show you. He'll
show the translation.
Yeah, he'll give you the words. दिल की हार धड़कन से तेरा नाम निकलता है, दिल की हार धड़कन से तेरा नाम निकलता है, तेरा नाम निकल तेरे दर्शन को मोहन तेरे दास तरसता है, तेरे दर्शन को मोहन तेरे दास तरसता है, जन्मों पे जन्म लेकर मैं हार गया मोहन, जन्मों पे जन्म लेकर मैं हार गया मोहन, दर्शन बिन व्यर्थ हुआ हर बार मेरा जीवन, दर्शन बिन व्यर्थ हुआ हर बार मेरा जीवन, अब दया नहीं मुझ में कितना तू पकड़ता है, अब दया नहीं मुझ में कितना तू पकड़ता है, दिल की हार धड़कन से तेरा नाम निकलता है, दिल की हार धड़कन से तेरा नाम निकलता है, तेरे दर्शन को मोहन तेरा दास तरसता है, तेरे दर्शन को मोहन तेरा दास तरसता है, क्या खेल सजाया है मोहरों की तरह हमको, क्या खेल सजाया है मोहरों की तरह हमको, Chaya hai Gata Putali Sahamko Yahugna Chaya hai Gata Putali Sahamko Kela tere nyare Astruni samjata hai Ye kele tere nyare Astruni samjata hai की हार ददकन से तेरा नाम निकलता है तेरे दर्शन को मोहन तेरा दास तरसता है पुकारता है एक बार चले आओ ये दिल पुकारता है एक बार चले आओ दर्शन दे क्या प्यारे मेरे बिगड़ी बना जाओ दर्शन दे क्या प्यारे मेरे बिगड़ी बना जाओ प्रीतम मेरे दिल में हर बार मचलता है प्रीतम मेरे दिल में बार बार मचलता है Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur. What? Okay. Okay. This has a very nice meaning in Hindi. I'm not good enough in Hindi to translate it, but we're going to put it up on the board so we can, on the screen so we can see it. Thank you. Is it there? Okay, in the meantime, the best way to deal with technical glitches is to do something else. This next bhajan is very nice. It's all about chanting Hare Krishna. And the meaning is, Lord Gauranga, or Lord Chaitanya is calling, wake up, sleeping souls, wake up. How long will you sleep in the lap of the witch called Maya? You have forgotten the way of devotional service and are lost in the world of birth and death. I have descended just to save you. Other than myself, you have no friend in this world. I have brought the medicine that will wipe out the disease of illusion from which you are suffering. Take this Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, I fall at the lotus feet of the Lord Chaitanya, having taken this Mahamantra, Hari Bol. Jeev Jago, Gora Chanda Bole. Jeev Jago, Gora Chanda Bole. Kotanidra Jayo Maya Pisachida Kole. Kotanidra Jayo Maya Pisachida Kole. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Bajibo bolia ese samsara bitare, mulia rohile tumi avidya rabare. Bajibo bolia ese samsara bitare, mulia Avidya Rabare. Bolo Jeev Jago, Mora Chanda bole, Kotani Jayo Maya, Kisachira bole. Tomari loite yami koinu avatara, mi bina bandhu ara kiyache tomara. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Enichya sodi maya nasibaro lagi, Hare Rama maha mantra lao tumi maji. Sodi maya Harinama maha mantra lao tumi maji. Bolo Jeev Jago, Rachanda bole, Kutani Rajayo Maya, Visachira Kole. Bhakti Vinoda Prabhu Sharane Pariya Say Hari Nama Mantra Oilo Magia Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitagora, Hari Bol, Nitagora. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitagor Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitagor Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitagor Hari Bol. Tagore Premanande ki jai. This next bhajan is called Hey Govinda, Hey Gopal. It's by Jayadev Goswami, great Vaishnava poet. And he says, Hey Govinda, Hey Gopal, O pleaser of the cows and protector of the cows, the bearer of the finest hair, the husband of the goddess of fortune, you are very merciful to the fallen souls. You are supremely merciful, O Lord, supremely merciful, O Keshava, O Madhava, O Dina Dayal. Wearing bright yellow garments and a peacock feather upon your crown, you play the flute and make it sing the name of Radha. You are the cowherd boy that gives great delight, O Lord, the cowherd boy that gives great delight, O Keshava Madhava, O Dina Dayal. You take away our fear of being trapped on the wheel of repeated birth and death in the material world, and you are the splendorous killer of the demon Madhu, the destroyer of all tribulations. You are the supreme resting place for all souls. Hey Govinda, Hey Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal. 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 Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal, Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal, Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal, Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal. Tumi Parama Doyala Prabhu, Parama Doyal. Tumi Parama Doyala Prabhu, Parama Doyal. Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal, Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal. Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal, Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal. Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal, Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal, Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal, Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal. Pitta Basana Parimayu Verasika Dori. Pitta Basana Parimayu Verasika Dori. Murali Valitule Bole Radhanam, Murali Valitule Bole Radhanam. Murali Mani Tule Bole Radhanam, Murali Mani Tule Bole Radhanam. Hey Govinda, Hey Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal. Hey Govinda, Hey Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal. Keshava Madhava Dinadayal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal. Bhavabhaya Vyanjana Shimadhusudan. Vipada Vyanjana tu Minarayan, Vipada Vyanjana tu Minarayan. Hey Govinda, Hey Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal. Hey Govinda, Hey Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal. Keshava Madhava Dinadayal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal. Bolo Keshava Madhava Dinadayal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal. Keshava Madhava Dinadayal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal, Keshava Madhava Dinadayal. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Nita Gora, Hari Bo, Nita Gora, Hari Bo, Nita Gora, Hari Bo, Nita Gora, Hari Bo. Nita Gora Premanandi Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Srimad Bhagavad Gita Grantha Raja Ki Jai. So the translation to that previous song, Dil Ki Hara Dada Kanase, is, with every heartbeat, I utter your holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. O enchanter, Krishna, your servant is eager to have your darshan, to see you. I have lost the battle against material existence, having taken repeated birth without your darshan, without seeing you. Each of my repeated lives and births have been in vain. Now I don't have any patience or energy to continue endeavoring to surpass the material energy. You are the supreme director, and the living entities are like puppets working under your direction. Thus we dance according to your direction. Only you can understand the purpose and nature of such pastimes. This poor heart is crying. Please come at last, or please come at least once. Just give your vision or darshan, O most lovely of all, and remove my misfortune. O beloved, my heart throbs for you every moment. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Hari Bol. So today we're going to continue to read from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This month we're reading the entire Bhagavad Gita, all the verses, and all the purports by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So far, in the last week, we've come up to chapter 7. So hopefully, by the end of next week, or maybe before Christmas, or after Santa Claus, we will finish the whole Bhagavad Gita. This is a wonderful thing to read the whole Bhagavad Gita with all the verses and purports. It's very, very enlivening to the soul. This is the real soul food. Usually soul food is considered to be spare ribs, barbecued spare ribs with, ketchup. But this is the real soul food, not that barbecued spare ribs nonsense. This is the real soul food. So when you hear Bhagavad Gita, it touches your soul, just like this song was touching the soul. So, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Mai Shakta Manak Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashraya. So you put up chapter 7, verse 1. Chapter 7, verse 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Mai Shakta Manak Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashraya Asamsayam Samagramam Yata Gyasya Sitachinu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Now hear, O son of Pritha, Arjuna, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt." So let's repeat that. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "O son of Pritha, Arjuna, by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt." Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the nature of Krishna consciousness is fully described. Krishna is full in all opulences, and how He manifests such opulences is described herein. Also, 4 kinds of fortunate people who become attached to Krishna and 4 kinds of unfortunate people who never take to Krishna are described in this chapter. In the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the living entity has been described as non-material spirit soul, capable of elevating himself or herself to self-realization by different types of yoga. At the end of the 6th chapter, it has been clearly stated that the steady concentration of the mind upon Krishna, or in other words, Krishna consciousness, is the highest form of yoga. By concentrating one's mind upon Krishna, one is able to know the absolute truth completely, but not otherwise. Impersonal Brahmajyoti or localized Paramatma realization is not perfect knowledge of the absolute truth, because it is partial. It is partial knowledge. Full and scientific knowledge is Krishna, and everything is revealed to the person in Krishna consciousness. In complete Krishna consciousness, one knows that Krishna is ultimate knowledge beyond any doubts. Different types of yoga are only stepping stones on the path of Krishna consciousness. One who takes directly to Krishna consciousness automatically knows about Brahmajyoti and Paramatma in full. By practice of Krishna consciousness yoga, one can know everything in full, namely the absolute truth, the living entities, the material nature, and their manifestations with paraphernalia. One should therefore begin yoga practice as directed in the last verse of the 6th chapter. Concentration of the mind upon Krishna, the Supreme, is made possible by prescribed devotional service in 9 different forms, of which Shravanam is the first and most important. The Lord therefore says to Arjuna, Tat Shrinu, or hear from me. No one can be a greater authority than Krishna, and therefore, by hearing from him, one receives the greatest opportunity to become a perfectly Krishna-conscious person. One has therefore to learn from Krishna directly or from a pure devotee of Krishna, and not from a non-devotee upstart puffed up with academic education. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, this process of understanding Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, is described in the 2nd chapter of the 1st canto as follows. And you can repeat after me. Shinvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hardyantaksto Hyabadrani Vidunati Suhit Satam Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Tadarajastamo Bhavo Kamalobhadayaschaye Chita Itar Anavidam Sitam Sattve Prasiddhati Evam Prasana Manaso Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate Vidyate Hridaya Grantis Chidyante Sarvasamsaya Shiyante Chasya Karmani Drishta Evatmanishware. Now listen very carefully to this. This is, in few short verses, this explains the whole technique or process of Krishna consciousness. And the first and foremost thing is hearing, Shravanam. That's why Krishna says, Tat Shrinu in this verse. Listen to me, Arjuna. Don't listen to the politicians. Don't listen to the movie stars. Don't listen to the newscasters. It's all fake news anyway. Listen to Krishna. You want to hear the truth, you listen to Krishna. You want to hear nonsense, you listen to all these other people. To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures, or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita, is itself righteous activity. So right now, all of you are engaged, and me too, in righteous activity, in pious activity, in other words, in dharmic activity. Just listening to Krishna's words. To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures, or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita, is itself righteous activity. Now, Bhagavad Gita is Krishna speaking directly himself, about himself. No one knows Krishna better than Krishna, right? No one knows my Jai Balam better than Jai Balam, right? No one knows me better than myself. So Krishna is speaking about himself. And he said, and it says here, Lord Krishna, and one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best-wishing friend and purifies a devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. So if you want Krishna to be your intimate friend, what should you do? You tell me. what should you do? If you want Krishna to be your intimate friend, helper, supporter, protector, and guardian, what should you do? No, listen to Krishna. Yeah. Right? It's like you would want your child to, what? Ignore everything you say? No. You would want your child to listen to what you say and follow it. Right? So Krishna is the same. He's in our heart, but when he sees that we have developed a taste to hear about him, he takes special interest in us. There's no better person than Krishna to take special interest in you and me. He's the best person to help us. So, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best-wishing friend and purifies a devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. Now, good news. You have all knowledge already in your heart. Why? But you've gone through all of us have gone through many lives, births and deaths, so much experience. We just can't remember it because we have amnesia. But that amnesia can be corrected, can be healed by hearing about Krishna. The best way to improve your memory is not by taking Bacoba Munieri, which is an Ayurvedic herb for memory, or whatever, taking any drugs. The best way to improve your memory is to hear about Krishna. And then you'll be able to remember, yes, now I know. I'm Krishna's eternal devotee. I was always with Krishna. But for some harebrained, stupid idea, I decided to separate myself from Krishna. But now, I'm awakening again. And I can remember that I was originally with Krishna, and I can go back to Krishna. That's why he spoke the Bhagavad Gita. 5,000 years ago, he spoke this book to help us remember who we are, where we came from, and how to get back there. So Krishna purifies a devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, the devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he or she becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. So this is let's say the benchmark that we should look for. If we hear about Krishna and we decide to engage practically and realistically in devotional service, that means we actually heard. That means the connection was made because we became convinced I should be engaged in service on a regular basis in the temple and with the devotees. By the development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance. Well, if you have an anger management problem, if you have many uncontrollable desires, what do you do? And if you make dumb mistakes all the time, what do you do? Get engaged in devotional service. That's what it says here. By engaging in practical devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lusts and avarice are diminished. Now this is the big ticket. Material lusts and avarice, meaning greed, are diminished. Now these are the two big things that get people in trouble: lust and greed. Right? Just like one time there was a cobra who had a big diamond on its head. And everyone that saw that cobra, they were thinking, if I could just get that diamond. But every time someone tried to get the diamond, what do you think happened? They got bitten by the cobra, they died. Right? But still, people kept trying because they were greedy for the diamond. You see? So, greed gets people in trouble. Lust is the worst thing. I mean, you read the news today. How many big people are getting knocked out of their positions in Congress of the United States, in Fox News, in Harvey Weinstein, Miramax movie company. All these big guys, multimillionaires, billionaires, they're being knocked out. Why? Because they can't control their lust. Therefore, but this is normal. What's normal? It's normal that men should treat women with respect. In fact, Chanakya Pandit says, Matravat paradaresu paradravyesu lostavat atmavat sarvabhutesu, and so forth. He says, a really educated person sees every woman for a man, except his wife, as his mother. And every woman sees every man, except her husband, as her father. This is spiritual vision, or let's call it cultivated, respectful behavior, right? So, and then secondly, such an educated person sees other people's wealth like pebbles in the street. They're not interested in it. They're not envious. They're happy that person has money. They're not coveting their money or desiring to have their money. Right? They're satisfied with what they have. And they treat others as they would like to be treated themselves. These are the three main points of education. Now let's say you know C++ programming. You know how to be a great cricket player. You know how to gamble at the Mukilteo Casino and win, right? But you're a low-class scumbag. What good are those qualities that you have, because they're all defeated by the low-class behavior? You see? Real education is you don't know how to gamble and win. You're not so good at cricket, and you're not some big programmer. But you're honest, you're not greedy, you're not lusty, you speak respectfully, and you treat people respectfully. That's worth millions more than being some big rich guy, or being some big athlete, or being some gambler or whatever. It's much more than that, right? People like good people. They don't like, and you can see what's happening. Women are complaining all the time about these big men, rich men that are taking advantage of them. Nobody likes to be taken advantage of and treated badly, especially by lusty and greedy people. See? So here we have the formula, how to become free of lust and greed. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate or the devotee remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the science of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of asamsayam samagram, understanding the Supreme Absolute Truth, personality of Godhead. Now, is there something wrong with material affection? Yes. Arjuna had material affection. Because of that, he didn't follow Krishna's order. He refused. He threw down his arrow, bow and arrow, and said, I'm not fighting. Right? So, let's talk about the difference between pure affection and material affection. Pure affection is, you love God, you see everyone as the part and parcel or child of God, and you treat everyone with respect because you know that God is present in their heart just like He's present in your heart. So everyone is a walking mandir. The ant is a walking mandir. The deer is a walking mandir. The dog is a walking mandir. White people, black people, yellow people, all people are walking mandirs. So therefore, you respect all people, all living creatures, trees, birds, right? Because you see the presence of God in their heart. Theoretically, later on you'll actually see it also. Once you see Krishna in your heart, you'll be able to see Krishna in everybody's heart, right? So, at that point, you develop all the good qualities of a genuine devotee. What are those qualities? I'm going to give you a short list of them in the 18th chapter, 54th verse of Bhagavad Gita. You want to put that up? 18th chapter, 53rd verse. Buddhya visudaya yukto drityatmanam niyam yacha sabdadim vishayam tyagva raga dveso vyadasya cha vivikta sevilagvasi yata vakayamana saha dhyana yoga paro nityam vairagyam samapasritaha ahankara balam darpam kamam krodha parigraham vimucha nirmama santo brahma bhuyaya kalpate. These are the qualities of a person who has transcended the influence of the modes of material nature, of goodness, passion, and ignorance, and have come to the transcendental nature of Visuddha Sattva, transcendental goodness. What are these qualities? These are the qualities that develop naturally simply by chanting Hare Krishna and following the regulative principles of Krishna consciousness and regularly hearing Bhagavad Gita and doing service. When you do service, it's the proof that when we do service, it's the proof that we understand Bhagavad Gita. So this says, Buddhya Visudaya Yukto, being purified by his intelligence and controlling the mind with determination, giving up the objects of sense gratification, being freed from attachment and hatred. One who lives in a secluded place means a place where there's no nonsense going on. Like, for example, a temple is a secluded place. Your house can be a secluded place if you don't turn on the television and let all kinds of nonsense people into your house. It's a place where you can focus on Krishna without any diversion. That's a secluded place. It doesn't mean you live in a cave. It means that you create a space where everywhere you look, everything you hear is all about Krishna or God. Being freed from attachment and hatred. One who lives in a secluded place, who eats little, who controls his body, mind, and power of speech, who is always in trance, and who is detached, free from false ego, false strength, false pride, lust, anger, and acceptance of material things, free from false proprietorship, and peaceful. Such a person is certainly elevated to the position of self-realization. So, you do not have to extraneously try and develop these qualities. It happens naturally, as a natural sequence, simply by engaging in Krishna's service in the association of rightfully situated devotees. The most important thing in a person's life is called sadhu sangha. When you associate with people who are rightfully situated in the service of the Lord, who are happy serving the Lord, they have no regrets. They don't say, "Oh, I lost the best years of my life because I was always chanting Hare Krishna." No, that person doesn't understand anything. When a person is happy and their happiness grows, that means they're actually involved in spiritual life, right? Because they're coming closer to God. The more they chant, the more they hear, the more they serve. Okay, so those are qualities that one develops naturally, and those are all desirable qualities. Okay, so now, therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee, now we're back to 7.1, the last line of the verse, of the purport. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the science of Krishna. Next verse. Text 2, chapter 7. Jnanam teham cha vijnanam idam vaksyami asesataha yajyatva neha bhyonyaj gatavyam avasisyate. Krishna now tells Arjuna, I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous, This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. So phenomenal means everything you can actually see. And numinous means everything you can't see. There are a lot of things, there are many more things we can't see than what we can see. But Krishna is going to explain both now to Arjuna. And in the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he says, complete knowledge includes knowledge of the phenomenal world, the spirit behind it, and the source of both of them. So we don't see the souls, right? But everything material is made up of two things, matter and spirit. Everything in this world is made up of these two things. So we see the matter, we don't necessarily see the spirit, we see the symptom of the spirit, which is called consciousness, right? But we definitely don't see the source of both matter and spirit, and that's Krishna. Now we're going to learn how to see Krishna always. The Lord wants to, this is transcendental knowledge. The Lord wants to explain the above mentioned system of knowledge because Arjuna is Krishna's confidential devotee and friend. In the beginning of the 4th chapter, this explanation was given by the Lord, and it is again confirmed here. Complete knowledge can be achieved only by the devotee of the Lord in disciplic succession, parampara, directly from the Lord. Therefore, one should be intelligent enough to know the source of all knowledge, who is the cause of all causes, and the only object for meditation and all types of yoga practice. When the cause of all causes becomes known, then everything knowable becomes known, and nothing remains unknown. The Vedas, the Mundaka Upanishad 1.3 says, Kasmin Bhagavo Vigyati Sarvam Idam Vigyatam Bhavanti. In other words, this verse from the Mundaka Upanishad says, if you know Krishna, you know everything. What does that mean? Krishna is the source of everything. Therefore, if you know Krishna, you'll know everything. You'll know how and why everything works in the material world. You'll know who's behind everything. And you'll know how to build a personal relationship with that person, with Krishna. Everything depends on relationships in life. Husband and wife relationship. Worker and team leader or boss relationship. Co-worker relationship, right? Relationship with the IRS. There's so many relationships, right? Everything is relational in the world. We actually know ourselves in terms of our relationships and how we react in those relationships. So the most important relationship is our relationship with Krishna. That's the one we should spend the most time on developing. Because then we'll know who we are. Because Krishna is our origin. We've all come from Him. So next verse. Manusyanam sahasresu kaschit jatati siddhaye jatatam api siddhanam kaschit mam vetitattvataha. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So you see, knowing Krishna is like climbing Mount Everest. Only a few people are able to climb all the way to the top of Mount Everest. However, if we follow the prescribed, let's say, method given by the acharyas, it's actually easy to know Krishna. It's actually easy. It's not difficult. As we've said before, simply by offering your food every day, and only vegetarian food, that you prepare with love and devotion to Krishna, Krishna will reveal Himself to you. Simply by that. And everybody cooks, everybody eats every day. If you eat only prasadam and you offer it with love and devotion to Krishna, He will reveal Himself to you. And this is not some exaggeration, it's a fact. It's right here in the Bhagavad Gita also. I'll read that in a minute. There are various grades of men, and out of many thousands, one may be sufficiently interested in transcendental realization to try to know what is the self, what is the body, and what is the absolute truth. Generally, mankind is simply engaged in the animal propensities, namely eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, and hardly anyone is interested in transcendental knowledge. The first 6 chapters of the Gita are meant for those who are interested in transcendental knowledge, in understanding the self, the super-self, and the process of realization by Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and discrimination of the self from matter. However, Krishna can be known only by persons who are in Krishna consciousness. Other transcendentalists may achieve impersonal Brahman realization, for this is easier than understanding Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Person, but at the same time he is beyond the knowledge of Brahman and Paramatma. The yogis and jnanis are confused in their attempts to understand Krishna. Although the greatest of the impersonalists, Shripad Sankaracharya, has admitted in his Gita commentary that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his followers do not accept Krishna as such, for it is very difficult to know Krishna even though one has transcendental realization of impersonal Brahman. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes, the primeval Lord Govinda, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachit Ananda Vigraha, and Adiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. It is very difficult for the non-devotees to know him, although non-devotees declare that the path of bhakti, or devotional service, is very easy. They cannot practice it. If the path of bhakti is so easy, as the non-devotee class of man proclaim, then why do they take up the difficult path? Actually, the path of bhakti is not easy. The so-called path of bhakti, practiced by unauthorized persons without knowledge of bhakti, may be easy. But when it is practiced factually according to the rules and regulations, the speculative scholars and the philosophers fall away from the path. Srila Rupa Goswami writes in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.101, Shruti Smriti Purana Adi Pancharatra Vidimbina Aikantaki Harir Bhaktir Utpatayaiva Kalpate. Devotional service to the Lord that ignores the authorized Vedic literatures like the Upanishads, Puranas, and Narada Pancharatra is simply an unnecessary disturbance in society. It is not possible for the Brahman-realized impersonalist or the Paramatma-realized yogis to understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, as the son of Mother Yasoda, or the charioteer of Arjuna. Even the great demigods are sometimes confused about Krishna. Muyanti yat suryaha. Mam tu vedana kaschana. No one knows me as I am, the Lord says. And if one does know him, then samahatma sudurlabhaha, such a great soul is very rare. Therefore, unless one practices devotional service to the Lord, one cannot know Krishna as he is, tatvataha, tatvata, even though one is a great scholar or philosopher. Only the pure devotees can know something of the inconceivable transcendental qualities in Krishna, in the cause of all causes, in his omnipotence and opulence, and in his wealth, fame, strength, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation, because Krishna is benevolently inclined to his devotees. He is the last word in Brahman realization, and the devotees alone can realize him as he is. Therefore, as it is said, Atakshi Krishna Namadi Nabhaved Graham Indriyat Sevan Mukhe Jivado Swayam Eva Spurat Yada. No one can understand Krishna as he is by the blunt material senses, but he reveals himself to the devotees, being pleased with them for their transcendental loving service unto him. So, what is difficult or impossible is actually very easy also. Krishna says this in this chapter. Daivihi esa gunamai mama maya duratyaya mam evaye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. He says in the 14th verse of this chapter that his material energy, which he calls gunamai, his divine material energy, is impossible to overcome. But one who surrenders to him can easily do it. Can easily do it. Tarantite in Sanskrit means can easily do it. So, what is impossible, but yet it's easy to do? It's impossible for the materialists, it's very easy for the devotees. That's the meaning. For the materialists, it's impossible. But for the devotees, it's very easy. Why? Because all you have to do is develop simple love for Krishna. Isn't that what we want? To have love in our life? And Krishna, because he's an eternal person and because your soul is eternal, that will be an eternal relationship of love that cannot be broken. So it has all the benefits that we're looking for. The only thing is, we're lacking knowledge and faith to actually dedicate the time to develop that relationship, personal relationship with Krishna. However, if we associate with genuine devotees and develop a taste for hearing regularly this Bhagavad Gita and engage in devotion, simple acts of devotion in the temple, what is impossible becomes very easy. And then you learn this technique, you do it in your house also. Now all of a sudden your house becomes Vaikuntha, a very peaceful place, a place of love and joy every day. And husband and wife together with their kids are no longer perturbed by the problems of life. They are steadfast in their devotion and they're partners eternally, engaged in the service of the Lord. Okay, so Krishna says this divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. That's the 14th chapter and the 7th verse. The 7th verse of Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is extremely important if you want to know what the truth is about life and how to attain eternal life in the spiritual world. So the next verse, verse number 4. Bhumir apo nalo vayu. Bhumir apo nalo vayu. Kammano buddhireva cha. Ahankaram itiyam me. Vina prakritirastada. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. All together, these 8 constitute my separated material energies. So this verse indicates that the material energy is also spiritual. It's actually eternal. It cannot be destroyed. Even the scientists, they talk about the conservation of energy. Nothing is ever lost in the material world. There are transformations, but it's never lost. And it can never be destroyed. The only thing that can be destroyed are the forms that are made with material energy. Those are temporary. Just like our body is a form made of material energy. Inside the body, the living principle is the soul, and that from the soul comes consciousness. But the body itself is perishable. It's going to disappear at one point. We don't disappear. We'll continue to exist, and depending on the consciousness we have at the moment of death and the activities that we perform during our life, we will get another body to continue. There are 8,400,000 species of bodies. Take your pick. You have fish and aquatics. You have reptiles and insects, and birds. You have mammals. You have human beings. You have devas. They're all different bodies. 8,400,000 different species. And each one is a particular mix of the modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance. And each one has a particular way of seeing the world. And all of them are addicted to the same problem. They're all looking for sense gratification instead of looking for Krishna. It's only in the human form that we have the best chance to reorient what we're looking for. And the dog can't do it. The alligator can't do it. The ant can't do it. The bird can't do it. Even the devas, they have a hard time doing it because there's so much happiness, material happiness in the deva lokas, that it blinds them. But the human form of life is especially made for self-realization. The senses that we have, the mind, the intelligence that we have, these are tremendous instruments for self-realization. But we get tricked into thinking we should use these things for sense gratification, for selfish indulgence, rather than self-realization. That is the greatest tragedy of human life. When we become convinced that the goal of life is material happiness, then we waste the opportunity in the human life to attain real knowledge of who God is, what our relationship is with Krishna, and how we can end this whole cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. So Krishna says, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego, all together these 8 constitute my separated material energies. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The science of God analyzes the constitutional position of God and His diverse energies. Material nature is called Prakriti, or the energy of the Lord in His different Purusha incarnations or expansions, as described in the Sattvata Tantra. Vishnostu Trini Rupani Purushakyani Ato Vida Ekam tu Mahata Shastir Dvitiyam Tvanda Samstitam Tritiyam Sarvabhutastam Taniyat Vavimuchyate. For material creation, Lord Krishna's plenary expansion assumes 3 Vishnus. The first one, Mahavishnu, creates the total material energy known as the Mahatattva. The second, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, enters into all the universes to create diversities in each of them. The third, Kshirodakshayi Vishnu, is diffused as the all-pervading supersoul in all the universes and is known as Paramatma. He is present even within the atoms. Anyone who knows these 3 Vishnus can be liberated from material entanglement. So now we're beginning to see the cosmology of the universe and its and how and why and how it's working. It's working because God or Krishna expands Himself as the Vishnu incarnations. In the spiritual world, He expands Himself as the Narayana expansions. And then for the material creation, He expands Himself as the Vishnu incarnations. So you have 3 Vishnus, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, and Kshirodakshayi Vishnu. Kshirodakshayi Vishnu is the Supersoul, present in every one of our hearts. He's also present in every atom of the universe. That's why things actually work in nature in a synchronous way. And what is synchronized? You have the carbon cycle, you have the nitrogen cycle, you have the phosphorus cycle, you have the water cycle, you have the mineral cycle. There are so many cycles, and no one can stop them. Trump can't stop them, and what do you call it? All the people trying to save the earth, they can't stop them. Nothing can stop all the cars with their exhaust. They can't stop these cycles. In fact, these cycles maintain a healthy atmosphere and healthy earth and healthy everything in a self-sufficient way. They were created by Krishna. They work perfectly. Human beings can try and interfere with them, but they cannot stop them. Human beings can only destroy what they've made. They can't destroy what God has made. And until we become convinced of this fact, we will become duped by all this propaganda. You know, the Earth is coming to an end. Stephen Hawking, we got to move to Mars. Well, you go first, Steve, and tell us if there are any McDonald's there. This is nonsense. You're going to move to Mars. You're going to move to the moon. That's complete nonsense. Yes, if you want to make the Earth a better place, then give up sinful activity, and you'll see there'll be the pacification of nature. Right now, nature is running wild. Why? Because people are sinful. Stop the sins, you get nice weather, you get changing of seasons, it'll rain at night, it'll be sunny and warm during the day, crops will grow, the cows will be well fed, people will be happy. Yeah, it all depends on the sins of people. When the sins increase, nature doesn't cooperate. When people follow the path of Sanatana Dharma, nature pacifies and cooperates. See? Of course, the atheists don't believe this. Oh, that's nonsense. But yet, their houses are burning in California. You know, the fires are raging in California. There are floods in other places. There's hurricanes. There's all these things are happening in the earth. The earthquakes. Why? Because of sinful activities. Now, someone goes, "Oh, that's a simplistic explanation." No, it's not. It's the truth. There's a difference between the truth and something speculated and made up. There's a direct correlation between sin and misery. And that's in every scripture. It could be the Quran, it could be the Bible, it could be the Vedas, it could be the Buddhist scriptures. They all say the same thing. But yet, the dumbbells with the PhDs, they don't believe it. But have they made any solution to these things? No. Nothing. They've made it worse by preaching their atheism. Okay, so the material world is a temporary manifestation of one of the energies of the Lord. All the activities in the material world are directed by these three Vishnu expansions of Lord Krishna. These Purushas are called incarnations. Generally, one who does not know the science of God or Krishna assumes that this material world is for the enjoyment of the living entities, and that the living entities are the Purushas, the enjoyers, the causes, the controllers, and enjoyers of material energy. So this is the big... Let me tell you something. By the time a child comes to middle school, they're already convinced of this. The purpose of life is to enjoy your senses. And to enjoy, you need money. To get money, well, you can be a bank robber or you can be a stockbroker. It's the same thing. They're all robbers, right? Or you can be a politician. That's another robber, right? They're all thieves. They're all trying to take the money out of your pocket and put it in their pocket, right? So, what are we going to do? Our kids are being taught this in school. You're not teaching it to them. They're teaching it to them. Or maybe you're teaching it to them also. I don't know. But people are becoming convinced. By the time they're 10 years old, they're convinced that the purpose of life is to enjoy sense gratification, eat, sleep, and be merry, right? Now, that means there's something wrong with the education system. That was not the education system in traditional Vedic society. In traditional Vedic society, when Vishwamitra Muni visited Dasarat greeted him not by saying, "Hello, how you doing?" No, he said, "How are your efforts going to free yourself from the cycle of birth and death?" That's the way he said hello. Right? He didn't say, "Hey, how you doing, dude?" No, he said, "How are your efforts going to free yourself from the cycle of birth and death?" That's the way he said hello. Because they don't waste their time. They're serious. These are the greatest sages in the history of the world. They're serious about life. Nobody's serious about life anymore. Everyone's wasting their time doing all kinds of nonsensical things, right? Botox, plastic surgery, and all kinds of, goofy things. And you go to the doctor and say, "We got to take your gallbladder out." You go to the dentist and say, "We got to pull out your teeth and put in implant." Yeah, implant, $2,000 right away, $5,000. You see, if you walk down the street and some stranger comes up to you and says, "Hey lady, can I stick my hand in your mouth?" Would you open your mouth and let them stick their hand in it? But yet you go to the dentist, somebody you don't know, and he sticks his hand in your mouth and he changes it forever. This is complete nonsense. And you have to pay him $400 an hour. The work he does is not worth more than a mechanic that gets $40 an hour, right? But yet, he messes up your mouth and you got to pay top price for it. So you see how things have happened today. And by the way, it's more serious than that. I've performed funerals for many young wives, Indian wives, only 30 years old with 2 or 3 kids, and died of cancer. Actually, she didn't die of cancer. She died of the treatment she got by the cancer doctors. She would have done better just staying at home and changing her diet than to get that type of treatment. You know, radiation and chemotherapy and this thing and experimenting, and then all of a sudden they say, well, now you have to go home and die. We can't do anymore. You say, it's complete nonsense. I've performed at least 6 funerals in the last 5 years of young women who got sick. They got some sickness, but they were given all these treatments and they died. Right? There's no reason for that. Okay, so I digress, but the point is, living a simple life based on devotion to God, eating simple food that's been offered first to Krishna, and developing the simple relational, let's say, interactions of love, mutual love for God, and sharing it with each other and with others. What's wrong with that? That's a natural life. India has existed like this for hundreds and thousands of years. And now, India's embraced all of the Western, let's say, foibles. And the land of Sanatana Dharma is being attacked big time by Western civilization. So therefore, what happens? It's easier to be Krishna conscious here in Sammamish than it is in India. I'll tell you right now. It's easier here than it is there. Why? Because, first of all, you don't have such a big traffic problem as you do in Hyderabad or Bangalore or Mumbai or Calcutta or Delhi. Secondly, you don't have so much air pollution. And third, you feel let's say there's an urge to maintain your culture here, whereas it's not so much urgent in India anymore to maintain the culture. In fact, it's urgent there to forget the culture now, to forget the Vedic culture. But here, you feel I should keep this culture, right? So, it's easier to be Krishna conscious here. And Krishna consciousness is very easy for the honest people and very difficult for the dishonest people. If you're an honest person, you say, listen, my real problem in life, I love people and they die. Mothers, fathers, grandfathers, uncles. I got to find a solution to this because I'm going to die also. And my kids are going to die also. I have to find a solution. The solution is here in this book called the Bhagavad Gita. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. It's actually very easy. And I'll read it now, and then we'll stop. In the 9th chapter, 26th verse, Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta prayachati tadaham bhakti aparatam asnami prayatat manaham. He says, if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, water, fruit, and flower, I will accept it. Okay, everybody can find a leaf, water, fruit, and flower. Even the poorest person. And then he writes, for the intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness, engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, in order to achieve a permanent, blissful abode for eternal happiness. The process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy. Huh? What did you say? What did you just say? It's very easy. It's not difficult. And can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor, without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required in this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. It does not matter what one is or where one is situated. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a little water or fruit can be offered to the Supreme Lord in genuine love, and the Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness because it is so easy. and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious by this simple method and thus attain the highest perfectional life of eternity, bliss, and knowledge? Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. Krishna accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self-sufficient, and yet he accepts the offering of his devotee in an exchange of love and affection. To develop Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Okay, so good news is very easy. Good news doesn't cost hardly anything. Right? This is better than a Walmart or Amazon special. Right? Right? And good news, you can do it now. Good news, your life will become peaceful, happy, full of love. All your relationships will become much, much more, let's say, enjoyable, fruitful, and significant. And you will be the type of person you want to be. Someone who is vibrant, alive, full of energy, full of positive thoughts, full of love, and Krishna conscious. Okay, we'll stop there. And we're all week long, we're continuing to read Bhagavad Gita, and now we're in the 7th chapter. We hope to finish it by maybe the end of next week or the week after. Are there any questions anyone would like to ask? Yes. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for speaking. It's very nice to hear.
Thank you.
My question has to do with all of us endeavoring to become materially successful. We all want to be rich. We all want to have every facility for our families, for our lives. And then, but you're telling us to give that up and live a simple life. You know, just chanting, coming to the temple. It doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to be practical in the face of everything that we're doing. So
nowhere did I say give up your job, sell your house, and live in a cardboard box underneath the I-5. I didn't say that, right? But live a simple life, yes, I did say that, right? Simple life means if your stomach can hold 2 rotis and you eat 8, what does that do? That doesn't help you eating more than you need, right? So you have to learn to downsize, not supersize, but downsize your material needs. So there's 2 ways of making money. 1, you make a lot more money, or 2, you reduce your expenditure. That's 2 ways of making money. You reduce your expenses, or you have to increase how much you make, right? Now, increasing is always difficult. Decreasing is not that difficult if you're Krishna conscious. If you're not Krishna conscious, then it's difficult. But if you're Krishna conscious, you want to decrease your material needs. Why? Because then you have more energy, more equilibrium of mind. A man or woman that lives at home and has no debts is actually a happy person. And a person who lives at home with plenty of debts is not happy. One time, they asked one of the richest men in the United States, he owned Gulf Oil. I forget his name right now. Anyway, they said, Mr. Getty, they said, Mr. Getty, you have any problems? He said, yes. He said, You're the richest man in America. This was like 1950s. He said, no, I got problems. What's your problem, sir? He said, I worry about paying all my workers at the end of the month. He had like 150,000 workers, right? So, you think he's got so much money. If I had that much money, I wouldn't have any worries. No, the more money you have, more worries you have. Now, when you don't have money, you're worrying about getting money. When you do have money, you're worrying about losing money. Both ways you're worried, you see? So what I'm saying is downsize intelligently so that if you earn $1, you only spend 50 cents. then you don't have a problem. But if you're like the United States government, you earn $1, you spend 100. Well, how long will that last? Then they have to keep raising taxes all the time, see? Because they have no self-control. Well, who has any self-control with somebody else's money? Nobody. No one can control themselves, you see. So, when you downsize, you have simple vegetarian diet. You don't need a gigantic house with big overheads. You don't need the latest Tesla to go from point A to point B. And if you earn $50,000 a year, you can only spend $25,000. Now, what do you do with the rest? You put 25% aside for emergencies, 25% for living, and 50% should use to spread Krishna consciousness. Now, if you spread Krishna consciousness, don't you think Krishna will become your friend? If God is your friend, do you think you're going to have any problems? Now, we're not talking about, Bill Gates is your friend or Jeff Bezos is your friend. Those guys are like mosquitoes. They're like the germ in the intestine of the mosquito next to Krishna. Krishna means he's the richest, he's the most beautiful, he's the most intelligent, the most powerful, the most well-known, the most renounced person. So you're not dealing with, some guy on the corner of the street. You're dealing with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If he likes you because of what you're doing, he's going to help you. And then you have nothing to worry about. Look what he did to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he comes to the United States when he's 70 years old. On the way, he has 2 heart attacks. He gets here, he only has $7 in his pocket, and he doesn't know anybody. He ends up in New York in the Bowery, I call it the bowels of New York, and all of a sudden, he builds this huge movement that goes all over the world. He went around the world 14 times, opened up hundreds of temples, and printed so many books, and it's still going on. How did he do it? Krishna helped him. Did he have anyone investing in him? No. He didn't. He didn't have one of these. What's it? Shark Tank guys. They wouldn't have accepted what he said anyway. No, he did it because Krishna helped him. Because he was determined to please the Lord. Right? And he was willing to do it at the risk of his life. So, we should think deeply about this. I didn't say, sell your house and become homeless. Actually, sometimes you're better off homeless because the government will give you everything for free. They get everything, But no, anyway, no, you have to live a decent life. You cannot downsize to a point without the agreement of your wife and your kids, right? Because they're part of the matrix. But if you do it intelligently, you'll be very peaceful and you'll have time for Krishna consciousness and you will have plenty of money to use in Krishna consciousness to take care of all your responsibilities. Believe me. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. Thank you for that question. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hey bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Hey bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. Hare 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 Krishna Bolo Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hey bolo Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hey bolo Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Jayo Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Ke Sobha. Jayo Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Ke Sobha. Shiva Jayo Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Ke Sobha. Shiva Jayo Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Ke Sobha. Janavi Tatavane Jagamana Lobaja. Kibadaki Nidaya Chan Banengada. Nikate Advaita Shini Vasajadadara. Nikate Advaita Shini Vasajadadara. Jayo Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Ke Sobha. Jayo Jagamana Lobaja Namita Javane Jagamana Lobaja Kibaboshi Ina Chingo Chande Ratna Singha Sane Ina Chingo Chande Arati Ke So Bolo Arati Kore Na Brahma Adi Deva Jane Arati Kore Na Brahma Adi Deva Jane Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Anati Kesoba Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Anati Kesoba Janami Chandavane Jagamana Loba Janami Chandavane Jagamana Loba Vibanada Hari Adhikari Chamaradulaya Jaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Dosa Adhyaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Dosa Adhyaya Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Ke Soba Jayo Bolo Janami Chandavane Jagamana Loba Janami Chandavane Jagamana Loba Kibashanka Baje Kanta Baje Baje Karatala Baje Kanta Baje Baje Karatala Madhurami Tanga Baje Paramarasala Madhurami Tanga Baje Paramarasala Tanka Baje Kanta Baje Madhur 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 Baje 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 Madhur 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 Baje Madhur 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 Baje Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nita Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol, Nita Gora Hari Bol, Nita Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nita Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nita Gora Hari Bol, Nita Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nita Gora Nita Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol, Nita Gora Hari Bol, Nita Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nita Gora Hari Bol. Bahu Koti Chanda Jini Vadana Utvala Mala jese mana mala, kare jala mala, mala jese mana mala, kare jala mala, chayo. Jaya Gora Chande Arati Keshoba. Parajana Vitatavane Chagamana Loba Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Shiva Shiva Sukhanarada Premigada Gada Shiva Bolo Bhakti Vinoda Dekhe Gorada Sampada Bhakti Vinoda Dekhe Gorada Sampada Gorangera Ruchik Soba Jagajana Manaloba Gorangera Rotik Soba Jagajana Manaloba Gorangera Rotik Soba Jagajana Manaloba Gorangera Rotik Soba Jagajana Manaloba Jagajana Manaloba Jagajana Manaloba Jagajana Manaloba Jagajana Manaloba Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Come on Hari Bol Nita Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Nita Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Nita Gora Hari Bol Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Hari Bol Nita Gorango Nitai Gorango Gora Hare Nitai Gorango Jaya Sachinandana Jai Sachinandana Gora Hare Bolo Gora Hare Gora Hare Bolo Gora Hare Gora Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Hello Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Bol Nita Gora Hare Bol Nita Gora Hare Bol Nita Gora Hare Bol Nita Gora Hare Bol Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajika Chasta Tada Satirishi Shri Madha's Divine Grace Shri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Namacharya Shri Harivilas Prabhu Ki Jai Prem Shri Kohosha Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Samkunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai Itai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled, glories to Shri Guru and Shri Grangu, glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namaste Narasimhaya Pralada Lada Dayani. Namaste Narasimhaya Pralada Lada Dayani. Hiranyakashipur Bhakshahar Shilatam Kanakalaye. Hiranyakashipur Bhakshahar Shilatam Kanakalaye. Ito Nishinga Bharato Nishinga Yato yato yamita to nishinga. Ito nishinga barato nishinga. Yato yato yamita to nishinga. Bahi nishinga hidaye nishinga. Narashina madim saranam prabhade. Bahi nishinga hidaye nishinga. Namadim saranam prabhade. Donishinga parado nishinga. Yato yato yamita donishinga. Donishinga parado nishinga. Yato yato yamita donishinga. Bahin nishinga hidaye nishinga. Narashina madim saranam prabhade. Bahin nishinga hidaye nishinga. Narashina madim saranam prabhade. Tavakara kamala bale nakam aguda shinga. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Danudegam Keshavadita Radharidupa Jagagadeshade 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 Tavakara kamala pare nakam adhuta singha. Dalita hiranyakashipu danudela. Keshavadita Radharidupa Jagagadeshade Jaya Jagadeshare. Jaya Narasingade Jaya Narasingade Jaya Narasingade Jaya Narasingade. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Bol, Hari Bol. Nitya Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitya Gora Hari Bol, Nitya Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gora Hari Bol. Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki jai, Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande ki jai. So tonight we are getting very close to Christmas. So, you better watch out. You better be good. You better not cry, 'cause I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Now the real Santa Claus is coming here, not the fake Santa Clauses that you see that eat meat and drink and smoke in the Walmart and the Fred Meyer and so forth. This is the real Santa Claus. He's a real devotee. He was born in Punjab. His original name is Sant Claus. And he's coming here on the what date is it going to be? 23rd. He's making his first stop here, direct from the North Pole, via the reindeer sled airplane. He's going to land on the roof, but I have to tell all the kiddies who are making so much noise right now, if you don't chant Hare Krishna, he's going to go down to the church down the street and not stop here. So if you chant, let me hear you all chant Hare Krishna. You ready? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Okay, so if you chant Hare Krishna, Santa Claus is going to bring a lot of presents. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And have kid-friendly food, prasadam. In fact, tonight we have kid-friendly prasadam also. We have Italian raviolis. Now, I haven't tasted them, so I don't know how they came out. They might be good, they might be bad. It's the first time I ever made them. But we're trying. So it's a type of pasta, and I hope you'll like it. So tonight we want to thank the sponsors of the feast. They are the Bhagavad Darshan Bhakti Gita group. They're serving and sponsoring the feast. This is a group of devotees who are studying the Bhagavad Gita. And where are they? In Bellevue or Sammamish or where? Multiple places. Okay. And now, for the other sponsors of our feast, we want to thank Apurva Parmar and Priti Delia. On the occasion of Mridula Deshmukh, Majula Deshmukh's birthday. He's 12 years old today. So if Mridula is here, is he here? It's his 12th birthday. We want to wish him happy birthday. We have a present for him also. So Santa Claus is coming here on the 23rd. I think it's a Saturday, 7:30 at night. Please here or be nowhere. And that's next week, right? Next Saturday. And then on the 25th, we have our annual Christmas appreciation dinner. We had our Thanksgiving appreciation dinner. Now we're going to have a Christmas appreciation dinner. And then on the 30th of December, we have Go Puja. We're going to have ceremonies at our farm in Redmond from 1 to 4 on Saturday, December 30th. On Friday, December 29th is Vaikunta Ekadasi. So if you want to get into Vaikunta, get in here. The door of the Vaikunta Dwaram is going to be here. And you can walk right in and see Shri Venkateswara Srinivas will be here. And on New Year's Eve from 7 to 2 a.m. we have a New Year's Eve party. It's champagne-less party. Therefore, it's a painless party. Everyone's invited, and we're going to have a huge feast and plenty of chanting and dancing. And we're going to usher in 2018. On New Year's Day, we have the visit of Hari Bhakti Day. Very great Kirtaniya. He's going to be chanting bhajans from 12 o'clock on, 12 o'clock in the morning, or at noon, right down till 10 o'clock at night. We're going to have fantastic kirtan all day, and Harinam Mahayagya, chanting the holy name. Also, we want to thank tonight Radhika Gopinath and his good family on the occasion of his daughter's 18th birthday, Sri Lakshmi's birthday. He's donated $3,000 to the temple, Haribol. And we want to thank Sudhakar Devisetti. He's donated $500 tonight for our cattle, our cows, our holy cows. So thank you, Sudhakar Prabhu. And we are very close to paying off our mortgage. We need another $125,000 to pay it off. If you have any spare change, make a gift. We're close. We're going to finish this off somehow or other. Either we finish it off or it finishes us off, one or the other. But we're going to give it a try before the 31st of December to pay off our mortgage once and for all on this temple. We purchased this temple, we built it, and we paid for it with a bank loan, but at that time, almost 9 years ago, we paid $4.5 million for this temple. It's worth a lot more now, and we only have $100,000 left on the mortgage. So $125,000. So if you would like to donate, please whip out plastic or whip out a check and sock it to me, as they say. Anyway, thank you very much, and we'll continue now. Your wife wants to sing? We have a great kirtan singer now. Mommy's going to sing.
Oriya.